Is an open line hour, 989-752-6111. And sharing the room with me this morning, Jonathan Dent.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How's the marriage plans coming?
It's coming. We had a meeting at the venue on Friday. We're getting colors picked out, and yeah.
You're getting colors picked out, or Sydney's getting colors picked out?
I've got opinions.
I know you have opinions. That's not the question.
Are they allowed to be expressed is the question.
Well, we wish you well, of course. Anyway, as we mentioned, open lines, whatever you want to chat about. Just to give you an idea, some of the things that caught my attention. I don't know how many times we've done this. The United States Postal Service faces cash crunch after $1.95 billion quarterly loss. They say they could run out of money by next February. Hold on to your wallets, friends.
Well, I thought they were talking about eliminating a day of service.
They talked about it. They've talked about a lot of things.
They keep talking.
That's what they do. They keep talking and
Yep.
keep losing. So who knows? But anyway, it's just one of the topics that caught my attention. But we got callers waiting for us, so might as well get to the phones this morning. We'll start out with Mark in Bay City this time. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good.
Hey, Governor Gretchen Whitmer appointed a person to her cabinet named Faye, who was brought up on charges of scamming $20 million from, she was in charge of approving grants. She took a salary of over $500 and some $1,000 and different pet projects of hers. Where do you see that case potentially going, and would that stymie Gretchen's 2028 bid for presidency?
Well, first of all, I don't know if she's going to run for president. That's a whole other story. But I can't speak on the case because I know nothing about it. Jonathan, you find anything?
She's under investigation right now by Dana Nessel. Trying to see when. Okay, so it happened. The appointment doesn't happen while she is under investigation.
She's not appointed yet.
No, she was appointed.
But then on hold.
Attorney General Dana Nessel has filed 16 criminal charges against Faye Beydoun.
Well, then that's where it could go. It's going to go to court.
Yep.
And it'll probably keep her out of the office, but it won't impact Whitmer. Not an iota.
Someone like an opponent could bring it up and point at it, but it wouldn't be one of the big things.
And the other thing favoring what's happened is Dana Nessel, the Democrat, did it. She brought the charges.
Yes.
So it's not like, it's not going to be a political issue because you have a Democrat going after ostensibly a Democrat.
Well, if fraud was happening under that individual's watch, just like Tim Walz in Minnesota,
but they caught it.
And they're going into it.
And now they're prosecuting it. That's what
you expect. Be held. Yeah, but he could still be held accountable, couldn't he? In Minnesota, Tim Walz.
Tim Walz, like an opponent could bring that up, and
they could bring it up politically. Yeah. Legally, I think they'd have to find some direct connection to bring charges. But politically, yeah, sure. But here, again, in Minnesota, it becomes a political issue.
And if we're talking about the politics, if Whitmer were to run for president, I think there are some bigger black marks on her record that an opponent would be better to go after.
Her
handling of COVID and things like that. Yep.
This isn't that. I mean, it's you swat it. But
we need to have. Go ahead.
No, at least they're pursuing
they're prosecuting
it. They're prosecuting it.
Go for it. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't ignore it, so that's good news.
They should probably have more special elections to save the post office. That way they can mail out more of those flyers and so forth. That's
all right.
It's going to get saved. All right. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
Well, talking about Whitmer, that is if she ever calls special elections.
Yeah. Let's talk to Gene in Bay City before we take a break. Gene, good morning.
Good morning. Trump sent Rubio to the Vatican to pretty much try and convince the Pope to stop teaching what Jesus Christ taught in the New Testament.
You think that's why he sent Rubio there? He
Yes.
sent Rubio, a devout Catholic, to see the Pope to tell him not to teach about Christ. Is that what you want us to
Yes.
believe?
Yes.
You sure your politics aren't
that's-
getting in the way? Because that's
What?
not what it was. Come on.
Why did he send Rubio?
Because Rubio is the Secretary of State, and it was a statesman job to go there. That's his job.
He sent him there because Trump is all upset that the Pope is teaching what Jesus Christ taught in the New Testament.
Yeah, I
And
understand
that's
that.
the
And if
opposite of what Trump wants.
good, and if
So
Trump
he has
if Trump had
the
gone there,
ego.
I'd agree with you. But he didn't go
Trump
himself. All right.
Trump thinks he's more important and more powerful than Jesus Christ.
If he wanted to strong arm the Pope, he would have gone himself. He would not have sent Rubio.
That's right.
Rubio is not an intimidating person to send over there in any
No,
way.
besides, he's a devout
He's a
Catholic.
very good diplomat.
He's a devout Catholic, and exactly, he's a very good diplomat, and that's what the situation
That's-
called for.
A diplomat is going to ease tensions. It's not going to
Do you think
push any
Trump
agenda.
is following the teaching of Jesus Christ,
I have no
or
idea.
is he following his own ideas?
Well, I don't know. Everything I've ever known about him, he's a religious man. But you can view it any way you want, Gene.
Now he's
Just don't let your
if he
politics
were
get
to-
in the way of statements like he sent Rubio over to tell the Pope not to teach Christ. Come on. That's so far-fetched.
if Trump were to say that he was a deeply religious, godly man, I would agree with that. But he is not a good Christian.
As you see it.
He is against all of the teachings of Jesus Christ, and he thinks he's more powerful.
Like what?
All right,
That the
which
Pope should do
teaching?
what
Which,
he
what
wants
teaching?
which teachings is
instead
he?
of the power
Which
of
teaching
Jesus
is he
Christ.
against?
What?
Which teaching is he against specifically? Silence.
Peace and love. Do good
Jesus
to
said,
those
"I
that
came
hate you."
not to bring peace but a sword."
I beg your pardon.
Jesus said, "I came not to bring peace but a sword." It is divisive, the message of Jesus.
That's his sword. That's not the sword.
Oh, wait a minute.
And the law has been, certain powers of the law have been given by God to the authorities of man. Now, do I think Trump is wielding that power appropriately? Probably not in certain cases, but
Well, thank
overall,
you.
he's doing all right, in my opinion,
you.
with it.
All right.
Well, I think Trump is absolutely not a good Christian.
All right. Well,
As
you
a-
are
I'll
welcome.
leave it
We're
at
going to leave it
that.
there, and you're welcome to your opinion.
As a person, I'm kind of inclined to agree,
Yeah.
but as a president,
Whole different
it's
story.
harder to say that.
All right, Gene.
So-
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
And Kay and Scott, hang on, and we will be back after these notes.
Ready to update your home and
Back with you, Art Lewis, Jonathan Dent, studio with me, and back to our phones this morning. Next up is Kay down in Birch Run. Kay, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. Good
Morning.
to talk to you. I don't know if this is a place that a person can make suggestions for some businesses in the Saginaw area, but we certainly do need some fabric stores, things like that. We've got lots of quilting stores, but the quilting, where my point is just for instance, if you've got a mom who wants to do a costume for her kids for Halloween,
Yeah, where
she
do you
doesn't want to go and pay $12 and $15 a yard for that fabric. That's probably not going to be worn but once. And we miss Joanne's desperately.
Yep.
And
I
there
knew
are
it was going to lead there. It was the last one.
So, just a suggestion to those gentlemen. I enjoyed listening to the program, and I thought maybe this is a good place to start. And if hopefully they're listening.
Yeah, maybe. Well, they got some holes in Saginaw Township. It'd be nice to have a store in there.
Definitely. Definitely. So I didn't know how that process starts.
No,
I
it
know
starts with somebody suggesting it. You just did.
So any place, around the Saginaw area, whether it be out on Gratiot, whether it be on Tittabawassee, well, after they get the road tore up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is a definite need. There's a lot of beautiful, quilt stores around, but to pay that for a costume or something of that nature is just, you just can't afford to do that. So,
all right. Well, you made the
suggestion.
suggestion.
Make that suggestion.
Good idea, Kay. Thank you.
Fun.
All righty.
Okay.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye
Yeah,
now.
bye-bye.
And in Saginaw, we find Scott this morning. Good morning, Scott.
Morning, gentlemen. I didn't call for this one, but I'd like to comment on Jean's comments that maybe she better understand her scripture, because let's look at Samson. He was used by Yahweh. Samson was a whoremonger. He was a brute beast, and he was used by God to cause conflict and to kill Philistines. Huh. That's kind of weird. Then we have King Nebuchadnezzar, who was not a Jew, but he...
We'll just assume. It's got nothing to do with not wanting to talk about religion, but it's a subject that's a no-win. So
it is, especially when people don't understand the Bible.
Which Bible?
The Bible. She claims to be
No, Scott, answer the question. Which Bible?
The Jewish Bible, the Bible of Yahweh, His words.
So the Old Testament.
He wrote them.
The Old Testament.
The Old Testament as well as the New Testament.
Which version?
All of them are the same. If you look at it, Yahweh was the Old Testament. Yahweh came in the flesh of Jesus Christ, and in the New Testament we find out Jesus Christ is God.
I'm going to throw just my 2 cents in on this. I think a big problem that we have when we're discussing what Jesus does and doesn't teach is, in recent decades, Jesus has been portrayed as a big, lovable teddy bear. And it's like, yes, Jesus is your friend. Jesus wants you to be saved. That is why Jesus came. But Jesus also came because God is just. And there is a law behind things, and it's not all good times and fuzzy feelings with Jesus. So
I agree.
Yeah. I think that's
there is no variation between what Jesus Christ stands for in the New Testament to what we call Yahweh stood for in the Old Testament. There is no variation.
It's the same person.
Thank you. All right, I'll leave it at that. With that, I did want to call about some things here with the Democrats. Senator Mark Kelly goes on national TV, and he's part of the Arms Committee here, and he was asked, how are our munitions? And he said, well, they're scarcely low. We couldn't stand to be in a conflict for very long. So he's broadcasting to the world, hey, if you want to attack, we don't have munitions. And then this guy goes on, he says, not only that, some of these missiles we can only make 96 of a year. We're scarcely low.
Hold on. Go ahead.
The Department of War just last year, early this year, signed a series of new manufacturing orders with a lot of the military-industrial complex
continuous.
there.
They make them every day.
All the time.
Yeah. I know, but I'm just saying, listen to what he's saying.
I understand that.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
That's not a good message.
No, but it's not the right message either.
Well, no, we're doing well, but we also know Senator Mark Kelly is against the money that Trump wants for the military to keep ourselves armed.
Yep.
So I don't even want to hear a word from this man talk that we don't have enough.
He's got his right to speak as a politician, and you have a right to ignore him.
Hegseth's calling for him to be investigated.
Yes, I hear that. And then the other one here, Virginia Democrats here now want to, I guess, put a new law in saying that their 7 justices on the Supreme Court are too old. So they want to remove them and put a bunch of young woke radicals
that
on
can't
their
be
Supreme
done.
Court.
That can't be done because that's a constitutional thing. They can make all the laws they want, and they can do nothing about it.
But exactly. But look at what they're broadcasting out of desperation. You have Senator Kelly telling the world, we don't have munitions. Go ahead and attack. We have other ones saying, if we can't go by the law, we're just going to kick them out.
Well, yeah, but they can't. They're mouthing off. because they can't do anything about it.
And Republicans have done the same thing. You look at Trump coming in and making all these promises, signing an executive order that doesn't have any teeth to it. Both sides make these promises and say, we're just going to go around and find a new way, and it ultimately falls short because of the authority structure that we have set up.
Yeah, absolutely. But I understand what you're saying about the messaging. But
they're getting dangerous.
Well, no, they're getting mouthy.
Saying, well, Cory Booker is dangerous. He said nothing is off the table to stop this radical right agenda.
Yeah, and what has he done about it?
Art.
What has he done about it?
Well,
nothing.
Well, I don't know. I think right after that, somebody ran over there and tried to get the vice president. No, this is dangerous stuff that these people are saying.
Okay.
They're in desperate situation. They're losing all over the country because the law is the law, and the Democrats have been breaking it, and they're getting caught gerrymandering and all this other garbage.
Well, whoa. Gerrymandering is not exclusive to the Democrats. Watch what you get into.
But that's where the judgments came down.
That's where the judgments come down.
The Democrats have been doing it for years by race. That is illegal.
Yeah, right. The court decided. So the court decided. It's done.
Exactly, and that's what I said. And now that they're losing that, the Democrats are going nuts because they're losing power all over the place.
Of course they are. That's the thing. You got to win to have power. That's the old adage
yes, you
in politics. All right, good enough, Scott.
Thanks.
Right, bye now. Now for the other side, let's talk to Tim in Midland. Tim, good morning.
This is the middle side of it.
Okay, the middle side. That's good. I'm on your ground.
I'm not going to talk about religion. I know the Bible, 12 years of Catholic school. I'm not going to talk about it. You want to talk about ridiculous things people say that are dangerous? Pull up Trump's True Social account any day. He says some of the most ridiculous, dangerous things you will hear ever come out of, I'll say, a grown man's mouth, but he's an impetulant child, basically. And to think that, because Kelly says we're low on munitions, which is a factual truth.
How do you know that?
China knows these things.
No, I didn't ask you that. How do you know that? You said it's a factual truth. How do you know?
I spent 4 years at the Pentagon. I know people inside.
And so have they told you they're low on munitions?
Oh, absolutely.
Be a breach of security, but if they told you.
No, that's not a breach of security. Those are contracts out there. You know the contracts are being filled. I know the contract with Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin. I know these contracts, what's going on. You can see the contracts of what's going on, how much is being paid with these contracts. That's FOIA-able information.
You can see how much is being paid and how much is being produced, but in terms of what's been stockpiled and what's been used, it gets fuzzy.
I mean, it's a fact. It's truth. So anyways, I wasn't calling about that. I guess I wanted some inside information on Iran. Are we still winning there? I guess, are they still begging to make a deal? I can't figure it out because it seems to change like as the wind blows.
Well, I'd say we're 90% victorious, but the 10% is a real thorn in the side.
So it's kind of hard to finish a war, but easy to start one?
Well, that's always been the case. That's always been the case. That's why I have said from the beginning that while I didn't necessarily disagree with the action, I wanted an end game. Haven't heard one yet.
I haven't either. I still have no idea what it is. And now I'm hearing this floating possible suspension of the gas tax. That's $500 million in revenue a week. Do you think the government's going to stop spending $500 million a week?
No, go into the debt again.
And that gas tax
is already at $39 trillion. The debt.
That gas tax is supposed to go to the roads, so that's not like either way. It's coming out of our cars.
My point being is like you got this guy that's a snake oil salesman, and he's promising you everything but delivering on nothing. That's what's going on there.
Yeah, just like every other politician. Unfortunately.
Exactly.
That's the way the political game has become this day.
Exactly. That's my point. It's like, oh gosh, my guy's in there now. Everything's great. You guys are bad.
I tell you what that's going to transpire into, in my view. In a way, the fact that they promise the world and deliver nothing is going to play a favorite into the hands of Mayor Mike Duggan running for governor as an independent.
Talked about before. Yeah. That's what I'm hopeful for.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm hopeful for a third party. I'm terrified about it's swinging back to a socialist Democrat
Yeah, right.
regime. What I'm scared of is it swings so bad the other way.
He's a moderate by all measure, if not a Republican in Democrat skin, but he's. This is going to be an interesting gubernatorial election. Let's put it that way.
I hope so. I hope it is interesting. I hope it's not a landslide. And either way.
All right, Tim, I got to take a break.
You bet.
All right, buddy.
Care.
Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye. Cam in Freeland and Marla in Saginaw. Hang on. We'll get to you.
We're proud to make
Today, we're asked to do more for less. So when you go to bed and you theoretically spend up to a third of your life there, you need quality sleep. And you can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured your mattress is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but you can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And by the way, they feature a 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home. And if you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you to your exact size, something the box stores can't do. Visit the Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom, 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them online at sanitarymattress.com or call them at 989-753-1757. Sanitary Mattress, serving the Great Lakes Bay region since 1935. Back with you on the Art Lewis Show, in studio with me, Jonathan Dent, and let's get back to our phones. Cam is in Freeland. Cam, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. I'm Cam from Freeland, but today I'm actually between East Jordan and Charlevoix near Lake Charlevoix, one of the most beautiful spots in all of Michigan. And
okay, we're jealous.
To you on 79. We're getting you up here. We're getting a signal up here. There's lots of static, but I'm just pretending like it's crowd noise. The Art Lewis Show. The Art Lewis Show.
Yep.
Take things in a little bit different direction. Ironically, you mentioned ending a war, and I was so hoping that last Friday you would have open phones, because May the 8th is my dad's birthday. And May the 8th, 1945, my dad was given the best birthday present anyone can ever come up with by a guy named Admiral Dönitz when he surrendered the Nazis. And my dad got the word that he was going home and he was going to live.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I challenge anybody to come up with a better birthday present than that.
No, absolutely. Well, first of all, we thank him for his service. First and
Yeah,
foremost.
absolutely.
Fantastic
And
story,
I was thinking that you and I are similar age. You must have relatives, maybe even your parents, your father. Were they in World War II?
They were not. My dad worked for the government, so he was exempt from military service. He was a special agent Treasury, and as a federal agent, he had exemption from military service because he was serving the country in a different way. I don't know about all my other relatives. I'm sure some of them must have served, but I don't know who they were. I had relatives, though, from what I've been told. I haven't done all the research, but I've had relatives that were in Auschwitz. So that, because when actually, I'll tell you one of the biggest surprises of my life. For one Christmas, I was given 23andMe, the DNA test.
Yeah.
And I got the results back, and I learned something. I always thought of Judaism as a religion. Turns out it's also a race.
Mm-hmm.
Because I came back 99% Ashkenazi Jew. And I never realized that until I had taken that test.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and those were the Jews that were in Auschwitz.
The other thing I wanted to point out is my dad absolutely would not talk about it.
That's
the only
common.
thing we knew for the longest time was that he was Army Air Corps.
Yeah.
And my brother, who's big into genealogy, spent a week out at Brigham Young University in their genealogy library.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we're not Mormon, but they'll let anybody
Yep.
go in there.
Yep.
And we learned that our dad sang in the college choir, taught school, was a police officer all before the war. We never knew any of that. And if you heard my dad sing, it was embarrassing. I didn't even like sitting next to him in church. And the other thing my brother was able to learn from the genealogy out there at Brigham Young is that my dad's, the group he was a part of, came ashore at Omaha Beach. And it was Normandy. Now, we don't know if it was the very first day or they were the last boots on the ground to come ashore or what, but we just know that they did.
Tremendous
And
history.
the fact that Dad at one time sang in the choir but couldn't carry a tune after the war pretty much told my brother and I he was around some loud event.
Yeah,
It's
that
probably
would do
true.
it.
Probably true.
Yeah.
Probably true.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we appreciate
God bless
you.
America, and thank you all of our veterans and everyone who has served. We love you and appreciate your sacrifice.
Right back at you, Cam.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Have a good
Love
one.
you guys. See you
Take
later.
care. Bye-bye. All right, Marla, hang on. You'll be next right after these notes.
Gotta go.
You, Jonathan Dent, Art Lewis, and you, and let's go to our phones. Maria is in Saginaw. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis. Thank you for taking my call.
Yep.
I just wanted to say that I'm glad to hear you on the air, and that last caller was really heartfelt, and I thank you for listening to him, and it was nice to hear about his dad. Dads are important, and they should always be honored. So
Yep.
it was really nice to hear you and him talk about fathers.
Yep. Good positive thing.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for
You're welcome, Maria.
your show and your host, Jonathan Dent.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Right?
Yep, Jonathan
Yeah,
is here.
he's doing a good job. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye-bye now.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we'll say hello to Paul in Saginaw. Paul, good morning.
Morning, Art and Jonathan. We have heard in the past year the Vatican condemning Trump for some of the things that he has said and done in Iran, but have we heard the Vatican condemn the Iranian government for massacring 40,000 of their citizens?
Yeah.
It would seem kind of hypocritical or a sin of omission to me if they have not. What do you think?
Haven't heard anything that way. Jonathan's peeking.
Yeah, I'm
See,
taking a look.
I don't know that they have, other than the fact that he generically comes down against
Yeah.
violence.
Yeah, but they still should come out publicly condemnation.
Yeah, if they're going to
when something
specifically
like
go
that
against
happens.
one, specifically go against the other, right?
Yeah, mid late last year, the Pope put out a statement against it.
He did. Okay.
Yes.
Good. There you go.
When a country takes decisions which takes away the lives of other people unjustly, then obviously that is something that should be condemned. That's a quote.
Okay.
Good.
As long as they did make that statement,
That's it.
That's well.
All righty.
All righty.
Good enough. Thanks.
All righty.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
And here is Dave in Bay City. Dave, good morning.
Well, good morning, Arthur.
Good morning.
And Jonathan.
Hello.
And, as always, conversation. I can't tell you how much I love it. And well, okay, response to several callers. Last one, on balance, the Pope's response is pretty weak. That's all I'm going to say. And comments on Tim and Tim. My dad was a World War II vet. Father-in-law was a Korean War vet. My dad was on a troop ship on his way over to be part of the mainland Japan invasion force.
Oh, wow.
When Truman dropped the bomb.
Yeah.
So God bless Harry Truman. lives, countless lives, were saved
Yep,
by
absolutely.
that action.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's a fact. My father-in-law in Korea, his funeral, nobody knew he was a veteran until his funeral. He was driving a munitions truck that hit a landmine.
Oh.
Six guys on the truck. He was the only survivor. And again, in comparison, my dad, stationed in post-war Korea, boy, he loved to tell the war stories. He was never in the war, but he had lots of stories. So, you know, guys that talk a lot, haven't seen a lot. And, you know, again, appreciate all the perspectives that I hear on your program, because it gives you a real cross-section of what's out there and what people are thinking. But, you know, when you know something about somebody's background and you learn their viewpoint, you can connect some dots.
Yep.
And so to the other Tim, who served in the Pentagon and has a certain viewpoint about President Trump, I understand where he's coming from. I do not agree whatsoever, but I know a little bit about why he thinks as he thinks. So, and then the religion thing. Oh boy, here we go. No, I'm not going to quote verses or any of that. But how about this? You heard the song, War. Huh. What is it good for? Well, there is ending slavery. There is ending the Nazi domination of the world, you know, on and on and on. And I can't remember the Roman general to attribute this to, but you've heard this quote: "Let him who desires peace prepare for war."
I've heard that one. Yep.
And peace for strength works every time. That's all.
All right. Have a
Thanks,
good one.
Art.
Appreciate it.
You too.
Bye-bye now. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back with more here on WSGW.
A 401k can be an important house. It's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top
It's brutal. It's not worthwhile because they've never ever been able to be negotiated with.
Well,
I know what
here's
I
the
know
thing.
what he's.
Here's the
Go
thing,
ahead.
though, Mike. If you tighten the noose tight enough, eventually they have to talk.
Well, I don't know.
Now,
These
you can
people are
come
not
to
normal
here's the
people.
other thing, though. Iran could say tomorrow, okay, we agree, we're going to do everything you ask. A year from now, when you look back and you say, well, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, because they don't
Yeah.
keep their word very well. But the tighter the noose gets, the more they want to talk.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to verify if you did, but they've never negotiated ever in their whole history. So why even think that they would now?
No, they've
I know why he's
negotiated. It's
doing
a
it. He
question
doesn't
of
wanna-
whether they've negotiated.
but
Question
not
is
in
whether
good
they
faith.
follow it.
Yeah, in good faith. But I know he doesn't want to destroy their infrastructure any more than he has to, because especially if he blew up the oil facility there on the island, it would cost probably $1 billion to rebuild that thing. And we'd be responsible kind of to rebuild it because the people couldn't afford it.
I doubt that.
Well, that's part of the most recent proposal from Iran that Trump turned down, was that the U.S. would have to pay for rebuilding efforts.
Reparations and all that stuff.
Well, I get for the rest of it. That's BS. But
right,
if
20
he blew
seconds.
it up, okay. And then of course, I think he's going to have to take that over, and he's going to have to their power systems. He's going to do them all.
All right, that'll
Because
do
they're
it.
not
We're
gonna
out of
go-
time.
Okay, hey, you
Thanks,
guys have
Mike.
a great one now.
Bye-bye now.
Bye now.
Jonathan, thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, we'll talk about Bushy Automotive. That's ahead on Focus this morning. I'm Art Lewis. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back tomorrow with lots more. In the meantime, stick around for the news from CBS and the local report with Michael Purdy.
Broadcasting from the